Hello everyone, Akvi here, and today I want to talk about the risks of early access games. Last week we were talking about Cubeworld, and to not really beat on the dead horse too much, so to say, today's discussing video is going to be more towards Castle Story as an example. As a lot of you guys know, early access games have the risk of never being completed, or there's always the risk of you spending money for something that isn't going to exist, or the final product that is kind of promised isn't there, or isn't delivered, or something happens, it changes directions, or something happens. As consumers and as gamers, it really sucks that that could be the case sometimes. And for Castle Story example, let's delve into a little bit of what happened with them. If you go to the subreddit of Castle Story on Reddit, you're going to find a lot of angry people that are frustrated because the game didn't really move since the last time that I played it, pretty much till what it is now. Now, supposedly they were moving platforms or doing some sort of engine transfer from one engine to another, and that's something that we know now. But for a long time, and this happened with Cubeworld as well, there was a lot of silence, and more than that, there was a lot of silencing people who were asking, hey, by the way, what's up with the game? So there were a lot of issues where Castle Story, everyone paid money for it to be funded on Kickstarter. It got a very successful funding. It moved to Steam. Things were going well. If something doesn't get funded on Kickstarter, the backers get their money back. If something that moves past Kickstarter and then is on early access on Steam, you don't get anything back if you don't get the game you're technically promised. Should that be a bad thing? Should the developers have more responsibility towards the promises that they make outside of Kickstarter? Because when you're in Kickstarter, you have the shielding of, okay, if the game doesn't get backed, it's whatever, we can do it as a side project or something like that. However, if the game gets backed, you do owe something to the people who backed the game. So even if you were late to the party on Castle Story and you only got it on Steam, even still, the people who backed it on Kickstarter should have their promises fulfilled. There are also promises by the developers when a game is on early access on Steam. Even still, more often than not, we see great early access concepts never get out of that pre-alpha concept stage, which is really bad. Should we as customers, as consumers, hold these developers more to their word? And is there any way that we could actually do that? I would love to get some sort of discussion, because that's the title, going in the comments of this video, because it's something that we see a lot, but it seems like nothing is really changing that. Once in a while, we'll get great early access titles that actually move past this alpha beta stage and actually become full games, but often we get games like Castle Story or Cubeworld that show great promise, but then nothing really happens. Now, Cubeworld was a little bit different because it had its own medium. It didn't go on Steam, it didn't go on Kickstarter, it was Woolies and Pixies just store and their own ecosystem. Now, to that regard, it's more out of loyalty that I think you owe something to your customers, because a lot of people were excited for your product and your project, and they really wanted to play it and be a part of it and enjoy it and whatever. That's one side of it, but at the same time, you paid for something with the implication that you would be given more of that same thing consistently, or at least, there would be life signals showed. In the case of Castle Story, that didn't happen. There was a lot of controversy with moderators and team members of Sauropod Studios, and so far, they are doing live streams and they are doing development news, so to speak, but it's still very limited. This game's been pretty static for the past few years, and it's definitely not the only one out there that a lot of people were excited about and then ended up not getting anything in return. So, what is your opinion on this whole early access Kickstarter thing? Kickstarter is more strict in the sense that if you don't get your funding, your game doesn't get made with the funding of the people. The backers get their money back, you lose your funding, start over. If it's on early access, though, it's a lot more lenient. People can start paying, and as far as I know, there's no kind of like end of the line where if you don't reach some sort of milestone by X day or X month, your project gets canned. That doesn't really exist in early access. So it feels like it's very risky to quote-unquote back a project through early access. But I would love to hear your inputs on this. It's just a quick discussion video that I would like to put out because I've been thinking a lot about this because of things that I've been reading about Cubeworld or Castle Story or whatever the case is. And I'd really love to hear about what your opinions on this are. So do let me know in the comments, or do let me know with whatever medium you would like to let me know, be it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Let me know, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you for watching this video. Click the annotations on the screen to see more videos that I've made. I've made some Rocket League videos with Finbart. That was a lot of fun. We're also doing a Forest Let's Play on his channel, and soon on my channel as well. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook. And I would like to point out that since I'm doing collabs and doing off-the-wall stuff, so to speak, that doesn't really fit my schedule, when that kind of stuff happens, I'm going to have off-schedule videos with a different kind of thumbnail. The color is going to be different than the days that we have established, but that won't affect the regular schedule, so you'll just get more videos, and they will be marked differently. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Next video.